So when this whole Sweet Baby stink happened, a lot of people started pointing out a bunch of other gaming consultant companies that were like Sweet Baby Inc., including Black Girl Gamers, which is a consultant company that I covered in past videos. And all of the stuff that I covered about them, all I did was read back what they wrote on their website. And that's exactly what that Park Place did. But what's happening here now is that Black Girl Gamers is threatening legal action against not only that Park Place, which I think they're already proceeding to do, but they're also threatening to take legal action against YouTubers who even mention the article, link the article in any way, shape, or form, or spread the information somewhere. So not only could they come after YouTubers who are talking about it, they could specifically come after me. And it's really unfortunate because that's exactly what I'm going to do today. Talk about that story. So this is from that Park Place. Now, this is not the article in question. This is an article in response to their threats of legal action. It says, Forspoken consultant Black Girl Gamers threatens legal action against that Park Place and claims they are committed to diversity and inclusion, including our non-discriminatory hiring practices. It's really interesting that they use that term to describe what they do. And we're going to be going through this article. It's going to be a little bit longer than usual because I want to point out a couple of things. I want to point out some of the claims that Black Girl Gamers are making on social media and then debunk them with things that they say on their own website. But not only that, we have a little bit of a testimony from somebody who used to work directly with Black Girl Gamers, who I'm going to point out in this video right after we get through some of this. So check this out. Video game consultancy organization Black Girl Gamers threatened to take legal action against that Park Place following a report that it appears the company discriminates in their hiring practices. So clearly that Park Place is not threatened by this. They're not intimidated. And I think that that's exactly what's going on here. There's clearly panic going on, and there's an attempt at intimidation tactics to try and scare YouTubers from talking about this. But really, what in the world are YouTubers doing besides sharing the story and literally just reading what's on your own website? In an article titled Forspoken consultant Black Girl Gamers appear to discriminate in their hiring practices while claiming they are being harassed, it was posted that it appeared that the organization was discriminating in their hiring practices. Based off a post the organization made on X that read, "Looking for Black women content creators that make Dungeons and Dragons content for some potential brand work. Hit us up." The post was also shared in an article titled Children's BBC host Jules Hardy calls for final purge of gamers after boycott list created for consultants Black Girl Gamers. So it says that right here, looking for Black women content creators that make Dungeons and Dragons content. Following the publication of these two articles, Black Girl Gamers took to X to threaten legal action against that Park Place. Not only that, YouTubers who even talk about it, these guys are worried about something. I'm not even sure what it is. But the fact that they're going after YouTubers, that's pretty shocking. The organization wrote, "We're addressing the recent allegations published on thatparkplace.com about discriminatory hiring practices within Black Girl Gamers. These claims are false and were made without prior fact-checking or verification from us or our representatives. Black Girl Gamers operates as a contracting organization that collaborates with both freelancers and content creators from all backgrounds to work on various projects and initiatives to amplify underrepresented voices in gaming and make the community more inclusive," the organization continued. They say, contrary to the allegations in the article, Black Girl Gamers has contracted freelancers of all races, genders, sexual orientations, religions, and ethnic backgrounds. We have also included representation of all genders and backgrounds in our content, at our events, and in our marketing, consultation, and research projects. So they're saying we don't discriminate. That's basically what they're trying to say. We don't discriminate. We hire more than just Black Girl Gamers. And then they say evidence demonstrating our commitment to diversity and inclusion, including our non-discriminatory hiring practices, is readily available and easily searchable. And I'm so glad because that's exactly what I did. I pulled up their website so that I can confirm and verify some of these claims that they're making so that no misinformation, quote unquote, gets out there. Upon discovering these false and defamatory allegations, we have taken steps to obtain legal counsel to take action against the publication and journalist, as well as subsequent content creators who have reshared the false allegations about our organization. So they could come after me, they could come after Yellow Flash, they could come after anybody who talks about Black Girl Gamers in any kind of negative fashion. The way I see this is the mob coming after people for just trying to expose the truth and talk about it and get the word out. And if you really expect YouTubers to bend the knee to you and not share an article or not talk about a story because they're afraid that you're going to take legal action against them, I think that you have another thing coming. It says right here, we will continue to pursue further action against anyone who persists in spreading false and defamatory information about Black Girl Gamers, its founder, and its contractors and partners, the organization stated. We value the talent and contributions of all our collaborators, except the people who speak out against us, of course, and we are committed to continuing to do so. Thank you to our community for the ongoing support. And this is when John F. Trent, the writer of this article, goes on to say, following the publication of this legal threat, former World of Warcraft team lead Mark Kern, aka Grums, dug into Black Girl Gamers' alleged hiring practices. So Grums says right here, BGG goes on to state that the evidence of their non-discriminatory hiring practices is readily available. He said he went and did some searching. So if you look at this tweet from Grums, you'll find some very interesting information here, not only in the text, but also in the photos. He said he did some searches for BGG in hiring policy or consultant and was not able to find anything, but they said it was readily available and easily searchable. But he says, in fact, the website has no published hiring policy that he could find. So there's nothing there. Job posting listings are password protected. Why in the heck are they password protected? And require that you first reach out to BGG to obtain access. This does not seem easily searchable. Furthermore, the BGG website actually claims to be 100% minority operated. He's seen minority owned, but what does minority operated mean? It is unclear if they mean 100% of management or 100% of all staff. The 100% minority operated claim, the sealed job board, and the lack of a hiring policy on the website seem to contradict their claims of their hiring practices being readily available and easily searchable. So it says right here on their website, and I can confirm this, but it says right here, 100% minority operated. Do you know what that means? That means no white people. And if you want to see it on their website, just so you can have confirmation, I am on blackgirlgamers.com or theblackgirlgamers.com. It says right here, 100% minority operated. Okay, so Grums has been confirmed. There you go. All right, and that's one photo. And Grums goes on to say BGG is a consulting company founded by J.N. Lopez and works as a consultant with gaming companies to change the way people think about gaming. Very interesting. They have worked with numerous gaming companies, including Meta, Ubisoft, Square Enix, where they consulted on the doomed Forsaken title. Forsaken was a game that tanked so hard that Square Enix had to close the studio that worked on it. BGG is so upset that they are now threatening to sue anyone who shares the information in that Park Places article or disseminates it in any way. So will they prevail? Now, Grum says he's not an attorney, so the following is an opinion. He says that these defamation cases are very difficult to prove in general. I mean, it really is. If you're sticking to the facts, then I assume that that's the case. Threatening to sue any gamer who spreads the article is obviously an intimidation tactic designed to scare and silence anyone who might be critical of BGG with tenuous legal basis. BGGs are bullies and oppressors seeking to hide once again from their actions and to silence anyone who gets in their way. And there's a reason that I'm showing you all of these things. And it gets even more interesting the further you go along in this Black Gamer Girl mystery. Kern also shared an application form on the company's website to access its community. So he wanted to access the community. There's an application form and it says exclusive community of passionate Black women and non-binary gamers. The application form states, do you identify as a woman or non-binary person? By selecting yes, you acknowledge that BGG does not permit self-identifying men to join our private community groups. So I'm taking a look at this photo right here. It says, we're excited that you're interested in joining our exclusive community of passionate Black women and non-binary gamers. You guys remember when I tried to reach out to another gaming website that was apparently shut down? Never got a response from them. Fill out the form to verify your identity and let us know why you'd love to be a part of our influential movement. Share your motivations and show us your passion for gaming. We can't wait to welcome you into the BGG family. And then in really, really small letters, you can see it right there behind my shoulder. Applicants are to bear in mind that if your profile is private or does not provide sufficient evidence that you are who you say you are, you may not be asked to take part in a verification call in order to protect our moderators. So if you can't prove that you are a minority, or some kind of black girl gamer, something. If it turns out that you're not who you say you are, you can't get in here. It says, please upload a clear recent photo taken in the last year. You can put all your information in here. Do you identify, right here, it says, do you identify as a woman or non-binary person? By selecting yes, you acknowledge that BGG does not permit self-identifying men to join our private community group. So if you upload a photo of yourself, or if I upload a picture of my white face, I ain't getting in the group. And I don't know, but if you ask me, that sounds a little bit discriminatory, wouldn't you say? But if any of you gamers and YouTubers out there are worried that black girl gamers or other companies like them are going to start throwing lawyers at you for simply talking about a story, I do have a little bit of information from Legal Mindset, who is a YouTuber himself and also a lawyer. He says the most insane thing here is that the company in question has likely made statements about other parties that are closer to defamation than those of the news outlet. There is zero chance this hits the actual malice standard, and beyond that, opening up that particular company to discovery may yield some dirty laundry that they do not want to come to light. Of course, Crumb's question to this, he said, what about reposting the link to the disputed article? Because that's something that I was worried about and other people were wondering about as well. So simply talking about the article, sharing the link in any way, that apparently will set black girl gamers off, and they claim that they'll go after us. And Legal Mindset responds saying, just shooting this off the cuff, but I believe a simple retweet without comment is typically not republication, whereas a quote tweet typically would be. But this is just ridiculous because Black Girl Gamers is contradicting its own claims. And when I go onto their website, that's exactly what I see. I see 100% minority operated. They did work on Forspoken. They were very heavily involved in the game, and because of their involvement and because the game was just so awful, the entire studio shut down. And you can see right here the studios and publishers that they're working with. They have quite the reputation to uphold. And I find it insane that they're even considering going after YouTubers. But if YouTubers are the people that you're going to go after for simply talking about this story, then why don't you go after the YouTuber who used to work directly alongside you? Vanessa/GOTHIX, the YouTuber. Apparently, she used to work directly with Black Girl Gamers. I didn't even know that. And I actually watch GOTHIX and enjoy her content. She's also a believer in Christ, which I find to be amazing. Praise Jesus. But she says right here, as a former Black Girl Gamer member, I can confidently say these people are full of crap. So she's like, BS. They do not care about diversity. They promptly kicked me out for being anti-black, aka not making an idol out of my skin color and refusing to hate white people. What? So she was working with them. This is testimony from somebody who was on the inside, and she's well known on YouTube. I mean, they even made a movie about GOTHIX. I feel like Black Girl Gamers is screwed after this testimony, but you guys got to see what else she says about this. I was harassed for months after the fact and received an onslaught of vitriol from many of their black members. So their own members were going after her because she said she didn't want to hate white people. They were trying to teach that on the inside. So everything that they're saying right now, you can take what they're saying on social media and you can compare and contrast it to people who actually worked with them, and you're going to get a very interesting exposition of events. Because what she says right here is, you know how BGG responded? They blocked me and literally scrubbed my existence off their platforms, right? Because she was one of those detracting black women who said, I'm not gonna hate white people as much as you guys. And then Black Girl Gamers is like, fine, see ya, and we're gonna erase your existence. Like, what? That is crazy. She says, by the way, most of the vitriol I received from many of their members made it into the final cut of the GOTHIX documentary. Remember when I said that they made a movie about her? That's the one. It's on gothixfilm.com. So if they want to talk about receipts, boo-boo, I have them. Awesome, man. Dude, GOTHIX is insanely cool. The fact that she's willing to come out, be brave, muster up the courage to be able to talk about this company and the BS that they're trying to spew at gamers and YouTubers in general, it means the world to people like me. It means the world to me not only because I'm a gamer, but also because I'm a Christian. And these women who are stepping out in their faith, being honest about what's happened in the past and coming out and changing who they are, becoming better people, it's honestly amazing. And usually these people come from worlds that are completely unaccepting of people with our ideas. And they keep people like us out of their communities. They keep us out of their pages because they don't want to be anything other than 100% minority operated. And if they hire anybody outside of that 100% minority operated formula, then they can't put that on their website. They'd be like, well, now we're 98% minority operated. And that's not what they want to do. So I think that there's an argument to be made there for discriminatory hiring practices. And then when you have testimony from GOTHIX herself confirming some of this BS, you'll then realize that BGG is in a lot of trouble. She says, "Let me be clear, I have no ill will towards these people, and I'm always praying that Jayanne and her crew will eventually have their wake-up moment just like I did. Maybe this is it." So she knows Jayanne. She's got a picture right here with Jayanne. And that's really insane that she used to work with them. I didn't even know that, and I had no idea how connected this all was. But the fact that GOTHIX came out, that's actually really helpful for the situation, because I'm sure that this is what people were hoping to see. Someone from the inside who actually has experience working with these people, taking pictures with them. I mean, these guys used to be cool with each other. These ladies were cool. But I think it's really important to note that GOTHIX has been on this. I mean, ever since this story broke, she's been responding to people trying to be as honest as she can about it. She says, "To be fair, when I started streaming on Twitch, I briefly fell for the lie that it will be harder to be successful as a black woman, so I was invited to join BGG and the cookout. I don't know if the latter still exists, but after a few months, I started to realize something was not right." I mean, if you really think about it, this whole thing with GOTHIX is a lot more expository than that of what that Park Place said, because that's somebody who's on the inside. GOTHIX was on the inside. She worked with them. She apparently was told the lie that it was going to be hard for her to move up in the industry because of her skin color. That was something that she believed, but then after she worked with them for a while, she realized that that wasn't the way to go. I mean, this is really crazy, guys. This is important information, and I'm so glad that I waited to report on this story, because I knew that somebody out there would say something. Because this is a huge deal to go after that Park Place and to go after YouTubers, people who just want to report the truth and get the information out there to their viewers. But she's coming out against Black Girl Gamers because she's saying that they alienated her and then harassed her after she was already gone, trying to make her look like a villain, erasing her from history so that they don't tarnish their perfect record of being 100% minority operated. And if anybody's wondering if GOTHIX can be trusted, all you have to do is go to her channel, check out her content. She is an honest person, and she's changed her ways a lot. She's changed over the years, just like Melanie Mack has changed over the years. And this is something that Sweet Baby Inc. and companies like Sweet Baby Inc., they don't understand those types of things. They're not forgiving types of people, just like Kotaku writers are not forgiving people. They're also hypocrites because they can't acknowledge their own past while attacking other people's pasts, and that's why we are where we are today. There's also a lack of acknowledgement when it comes to the facts of the incident that started this entire ordeal. And Black Girl Gamers wouldn't have even been known about if Chris Kindred from Sweet Baby Inc. hadn't attacked Cabrutus Rambo. Because he did that, that page has more than 300,000 people on it now, and more information about Black Girl Gamers is coming out. I can only assume that more information will come out if they actually decide to pursue legal action against that Park Place, which would be absolutely ridiculous. But if they do, a lot of people are suggesting that in the discovery portion of the legal process, there might be some information that Black Girl Gamers doesn't want to get out. So some people think that they're not going to actually pursue legal action. I have no idea because I'm not a legal expert, and I have no idea what they have to lose besides further tarnishing what reputation they have. And since they're basing their entire argument against that Park Place over things that are easily debunkable by simply going to their website and reading it off with your own eyes and mouth, it seems that these people have put themselves in hotter water than they may have realized. That Park Place certainly doesn't seem to care. They're writing an article in response to the threat of legal action, and they point out all of the contradictions, all of the hypocrisies, the inconsistencies with their claims. I mean, it couldn't be any more clear that discriminatory hiring practices are afoot. If you're not letting people into your community because they're white and you're 100% minority operated, those are just the facts. And you guys did work on Forspoken. You guys were proud of it. I mean, you guys were talking about how proud you were working on that game, but it failed. And I guess they didn't want that information to get out because that is talked about in the original That Park Place article. So what does that mean for me? Well, it's possible they could come after me. They could say that I made a bunch of defamatory statements, but I'm just reading off the information that's on the website. And that's what I did in my previous videos talking about Black Girl Gamers too. I haven't done enough videos on them, but the fact that they're coming out here and making such a negative splash about this whole ordeal, it goes to show that people who are talking about this sort of thing are right over target, and it's affecting these people greatly. And because of that, they're out to get us. How far that situation goes is yet to be determined. But if there is one thing that we can all agree on, it's that somebody out there needs to get their facts straight. And that's about all I've got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't had the chance to like it and share it with your friends, that would be awesome. And hey, if you're feeling ultra spicy, consider subscribing to my channel so that you're always up to date on what kind of thing I've got going on. I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Later. Meow meow.